Hi all, Hal here with more Space Engineers, and as you can see, we have mostly circumnavigated the planet. There is somewhere down there. Oh, it's already starting to get late in the game, so if you can see it towards the middle of the screen, I might have to do like a little highlight there. You can see a lake, and that's where we're going to be aiming for. Now, we've been running into some things. Specifically, we've had some hostile ships coming in.
Meteor storm inbound.
And apparently some meteors. So we need to get down there safely. But first we have to get started. So let's go. Hi all. Whoa. Happy Wednesday, everybody. Now, we have repositioned ourselves from next to the asteroid that we were... Oh, a little bit of lag there. From the asteroid that we were, we have got ourselves basically in position over the lake that I was targeting. And we've added a couple of additional O2 generators back here to basically just get us a little bit more oxygen, or a little bit more hydrogen in the tanks. A little bit faster, because, well, we've had to relocate a couple of times due to aggressive pirates and such spawning. Everything looks okay. And we're only at about 50%, maybe a little over 50% on our fuel supply. So what we're going to do is we're basically going to throw ourselves towards the ground. And hopefully we have enough braking thrust. Let's actually bring our nose up just a little bit, because we're going to hit the gravity well fairly quickly. And we are at 100 meters a second. And this is basically what we're going to do, is we're going to just do a gravity dive into the atmosphere. We are now in the gravity plane, as you can tell. You can tell because the little HUD compass will pop up even before you are actually in a registerable gravity well. If you have that, that means if you can see the HUD, you're in the gravity plane of the planet. Alright, so we are now in free fall. At some point, I may actually put on the deadly reentry. If y'all would like to see that, let me know. Put it down in the comment section below. What that does is that if I was to do an uncontrolled descent like this, we would probably die. You know, gravity free falling is fine and good in a video game, because they don't have the same aerodynamic physics as you would have in the real world. That's one of the reasons I don't use it. But if we install that, it will actually give us aerodynamics too. It's a full aerodynamic mod, which means lift wings, which is awesome. So what the wings do in that mod is they are actually distributed thrusters. The faster forward you go, the greater the lift that they generate. That basically it's a thruster out without a graphic or damage model. It's a really cool concept. The mod author did a really good job with it. Alright, so we are free falling at 104 meters a second. It's a good thing I don't have the the uncapped speed limiter, because we would be falling much faster and we probably wouldn't have enough time to stop. Alright, so now one of the reasons why I'm picking this is that, or this landing location, without knowing any of the resources on the planet or resource locations, is mainly because of the fact that it's a large body of ice, and that will allow us to basically keep our systems fueled. One of the things that I want to do is we want to set up a base. But I want to have it set up because I'm basically going to be spending some time on the Earth-like planet. We know there's no uranium on the planet, so there's no reason to really go looking for it. But there are other resources that I want to check to see if we can get large quantities of. Specifically, I'm looking for gold and silver. The lakes, depending on what your general luck is with the seed system, you will generally find iron, nickel, cobalt, silicon around the lakes. You will sometimes find gold and silver depending on which of the lakes. So there's a smaller lake. Oh, if we're looking at the compass, mostly southeast of this lake. If you look up towards the top there, up by the mountain range, you'll see a stretch of blue. That's actually one of the areas that we sometimes play in when we do an Earth-like start. We usually end up at that body of water. I didn't realize it was over here. So we'll see how this all plays out. Now what I'm going to do is when we get around 5,000 meters or so, we'll worry about turning on our thrusters. And I'm hoping it looks like should be the body of water, right? I guess we'll find out shortly. So yeah, we are doing re-entry. Now, if we were doing the deadly re-entry, the cockpit would be glowing at this point. Maybe stripping material away from it. Oh, it's actually a good mod for a couple of different reasons. But it'll be interesting to try placing that in the game. So maybe we'll use it. But yeah, like I said, let me know in the comment section if it's something you'd like to see. It's definitely something you don't get to see a lot of because it does add a lot of difficulty to the game. And it's just, for some people, it's not fun. But I enjoy challenges. Oh, you know what? I just remembered. We have the Encounters mod. There might be bases down here. That could definitely make things interesting. I didn't even think about that. So we might have to relocate. Oh well, too late now. Let's see how this all works out for us. The last time I used the enhanced encounters, or encounters enhanced, or whatever mod, we had a situation where I landed and there was basically 3 bases that were on. So if you're looking at this lake on the west coast, the east coast, well, relative to us, the 2 inlets there, are the 2 like little nubby pieces on either side, on the left and right hand side of it, both had bases in them. And then there was a base up at the center. If you see that little inlet there, that little outcropping, almost a fjord. But yeah, up there was another base there, and we ended up landing with the survival shuttle, the starter shuttle. We ended up landing in the other corner. So it was kind of funny because we basically had to very early get our defenses online and get weapons and everything figured out. Okay, so we are able to keep it under control. That's good. That is always important to check. And we're able to decelerate fairly quickly, so I'm not too worried. Like I said, my big concern is coming in and finding out we've got bases in the area, specifically directly under us, because that would be bad. All right. I am curious as to, are we going to be able to support ourselves on just the lifters? Oh, we are. Okay. That's easy enough then. Oh, you know what? All the chutes kicked on. Because we started plummeting towards the ground. So all of the chutes turned on. We're like, no, you don't get to do that. Oh, look at you. Alright, so what we're going to do is we're going to push ourselves out this way a little bit. Okay, so now we know we're past... And I want this one. So we're going to try and bring this thing down mostly level. Hopefully. As we get a little closer to the surface, the gravity applied to the, well, to everything gets a little wonky, but that's okay. Let's make sure. Oh yeah, we're fine. So we're gonna back ourselves up here a little bit. That's silicon. Oh. Silicon, magnesium, two things that we actually need. Now, if we can find some iron in here, you know what? Let's just go ahead and set this down. And hopefully. Alright, so we are down. Our landing gear is locked. And we are mostly level. Look at that. Okay, so that's the hard part. What we need to do now is, how much hydrogen do I have? A little bit. So what we're going to need to do is we're going to need to scout the ice lake out, see what we've got for resources, because it looks like we have a little bit of resource around the edge. There might be some in the middle. You're basically looking for that type of discoloration. I have been told that planet side resources are further apart now. The nodes aren't like they used to be, where they'd be on top of each other. But I'm not sure if that's true or not, because we see another resource node over here. Let's take a look really quick. If we're really lucky, this will be iron. If we're extremely lucky, this will be gold and silver. That's silicon, which means it's going to be magnesium. Yep, there's silicon, magnesium. You will find that the seed generator in this, when it's doing resource nodes, will like to repeat itself. So if you get an area that's got a lot of silicon in it, head in, just basically pick a direction and try going in a different direction and see if you can find something else. And when you get to the next resource node, you will probably find something a little bit different on the table. Alright, there's... what do we... silicon? Yeah, so it looks like this is all going to be silicon and magnesium. Oh, nope, we got some nickel over there. nickel. I mean, it's not like we really have to have iron. There's the magnesium. And more nickel. 21, we should probably start heading back. Yeah, let's go ahead and head back to the ship. Okay, so what's Amela? It's okay, that's a base. I told you we were gonna find something down here. They're already hostile, so won't matter too much if we go out of our way and maybe nuke them from orbit. But that does give me the excuse to build something that I've been wanting to build. And I'm thinking we will start ramping up a little bit. Alright, so we've got one base there. Does make me wonder if we're going to run into any other bases over here. Alright, so I think what we're going to do, let me do a quick cut. We are on the planet at least. I will probably start a resource harvesting thing. I'm wondering if... do I want to set up another one of those... the drill systems? Maybe. We might set up another one of those harvesting plants like we did before. But we can see Mars, and we can see the Europa moon, and I'm wondering if we'll be able to get a laser antenna to go that far. I don't think we will. That's, 2 million kilometers is, yeah. All right. So let me go ahead and do the quick cut. I want to get, like I said, I want to get my hydrogen refueled. I am probably going to do a manual, just fly around the lake, see what we've got. And we will be right back. And we are back. So we found some gold in the lake, but more importantly, a little bit further, a little bit past that, if you head in a straight line from here, there's iron as well. So I'm kind of curious to see what else might be over here before we end up running out of fuel. We got silver and gold. Look at you. So we've got silver, gold, a ridiculous amount of ice. And it's a rather large gold vein. But there should be, right here, iron. Oh, that's bad, that's bad, that's bad, that's bad. Oh, there's gold over here too. Whoa. Okay, that was just slightly terrifying. Iron, gold. Yeah, so I think what we're going to do is cobalt. So yes, everything we need is over here. Alright, so we're going to set this base down. So let's go ahead. Let's bring this thing in level. We're going to swing it around. And let's go something like this. Gently set her down so that we're not breaking anything off, hopefully. Hopefully that works. Let's see. Not quite as level as I would like, but that's okay. It'll work for now. Also gets us a little bit further away from the base over there. Gives us some ability to basically do what we need to do. Alright, so... okay, we want to settle that thing down, which means we're going to have to unlock, let it drop, and then switch lock again. Now, we're going to do this without turning the thrusters on. Because, you know, why not live dangerously, right? Hey, look at that. Works for me. Okay. Now, how level are you? We should check to make sure. That's pretty damn level, too. Okay, that actually worked out a little bit better than I was expecting. Alright, so we're going to leave the lifter on it, because the lifter has the shield on it. And what I'm thinking is I don't know. Okay, let me back up a second here and walk you through my thought process right now. One of the things that I was considering doing was basically breaking the lifter down, taking these wings, you know, well, for lack of a better term, wings, and attaching them to the side of the ship here. That would give us the ability to recharge them directly and turn the hab into a full-on ship. In order to do it, I actually wouldn't require much. We'd basically put a controls chair on, an RCS on here, and then have like 1 or 2 thrusters pointing this direction, so that we would be able to maneuver it left, right, up, and down. Because we have thrusters on the front, and we have thrusters on the back. So, yeah. So we might do that. Let me know what you think about that idea. Because what this would require us to do is to build a winglet area here with a merge block on it. But that does mean we would probably end up having to change the entrance area. I haven't decided yet. But yeah, let me know what you think down in the comments below. I'll actually put a poll up for this one. And that way everybody will know exactly what the concept is. But just to give you an idea, those pieces, that whole wing assembly, would be detached, dropped down to on par here, so that the connector for the tank, for these, would match up with one of the refineries. I don't know which one yet. But what I'll probably end up doing is shifting this entire thing back like 1 or 2 full tanks. So at the earliest, it'll be this tank matching up with this. So that would be... So that tank would go away, that tank would go away. So the first tank would be, or the second tank would be here, so first tank would be there. Which would mean the large thruster, yeah, would be pushing past the door. Or we could just build an entirely new ship. I haven't decided yet. So here are the choices, right? These are the choices that'll be on the poll. Leave it like it is. Basically just separate these out. Use the hab as a portable base. The second option is to basically combine the two pieces into one actual vehicle, or leave everything as it is and build something completely from scratch. I'm up for any of them. Let me know what you think in the comments below, as well as the poll that will be in the top right corner. Okay. I think because we've got a lot of stuff to get done, I think we're going to go ahead and leave this one here. What I will get going in the meantime is we're going to get some bases set up at some of the major resource points. So we'll have a couple of well, you'll see it. You'll see it. Basically, it'll be that mining drill that we did up on Mars. We're going to redo that whole system down here on a couple of different nodes. And then I'm thinking we'll probably have that all pipe back into a collection base here that this hab may or may not become part of, depending on what you all vote for. So, all right. So I'm going to go ahead and cut this one here. I want to thank you all for stopping in. Hopefully you enjoyed it. If you did, hit that like button. If you have any questions or comments, feel free to throw them down in the section below. I have asked you for feedback on a couple of questions, so be sure that you provide feedback if you want to see something specifically. And if you want to vote for which way we're going to go with this thing, be sure to reply in that poll as well. All right, so I'm going to get out of here. I hope you all have a fantastic day. If you haven't done so already, I do ask for you to hit that subscribe. Not only does it help the channel to grow, lets me know you're enjoying the content, and well, that's what I'm here for, so... Anyway, I'm going to get out of here. I hope you all have a fantastic day. Enjoy the rest of your week, and we will see you back here next time for more Space Engineers. As always, folks, take care and be safe out there, everybody. Wondering how soon we'll have a weapon system on... Ooh. Weapon satellites. Orbital strikes. Ooh, this could be an idea.